And this is about the 5mm. I'm not sure, my camera just cut off. I'll try to take care of that later. So if you're doing a 5mm rope, there it is with the 5mm concave and above it. And I'm not gonna lie, that looks pretty decent too. However, to me, sometimes I just think that if you're going to do the double, this one needs to be a little smaller than the rope. If the rope's bigger, let the rope hang longer. If the rope's smaller, pull it up there. That really threw me off, cutting that off, guys. I don't know if I have to have two parts or if I can somehow tape it together. I don't do this kind of stuff. I figured I can record it. You get one tape. I think you saw last week, camera fail. It is what it is. Hope nobody got hurt. So the 5mm, this one weighs 55 grams. It's a 26-inch. If you guys ever want to show reviews, for some reason putting that hand up really just gives it some background. So let's compare this real quick. There's the 5mm, and I'm going to put a 4mm up here so you can kind of check that out. Okay, so this is the 4 that is extremely popular, and you can kind of see how it goes up. 4, 5. Now, if I had the 6mm in here, to me it wouldn't just look like the step up. It wouldn't look like the 4 to the 5. It's actually a bigger step up because, like I said, this is under 5mm because of the diamond cut. This is under 4mm, barely, but it's under the 4mm. I believe this one's 3.9 and 4 at other places, and 3.8. This one has, 5, 4 points, or 4.7. I've seen 4.8. There was a 4.6, but mostly it was around 4.7. When you get to that 6 and it's just plain 6, you're going up almost 1.5. If it's just 6mm, and that's what mine have been. Let's take it back here, guys. So back a little bit, you can really tell the difference in the presence. Let me just kind of do this. This is that 4mm again. They're both 26 inches, both 18 karat. So if you had that 6mm, if you've got one chain and you're just wanting to get one, save up, and you're wanting the presence and you know what you want, save up and get that 6mm. You won't regret it. It's an amazing chain. The 5mm is very sentimental to me because it was the first chain that I bought with my money, and it was very important, and I regret selling it. However, I said, you know what, I'm gonna get one, and it is what it is. 55 grams doesn't hurt. Plus, if I wear this, you guys have seen the other stack where I can wear 2 at the same time. When it comes to that, get a headache, start hurting, take one off. Take them both off for a second and put one back on. This one weighs 16 grams. And it's the 5mm. I may or may not have gotten the 6.5 and the 5.9 coming up. I may have. But you guys see, I mean, this lays pretty straight. This is a really wicked hoodie too, with the lens over here. It always wants to jack up. Let's check this out. Let's check this 5mm out with, actually gonna take off this concave here. This is the 5mm concave. Let's compare that. You guys remember this chain? Also, if you guys have bought any of these chains, if you've watched one of these reviews, and a lot of you are like, I think I'm gonna get a concave now, and you may mean that, and you may mean it, I'm gonna get it when I have the money, I may get it tomorrow. If you end up buying anything off of a review, guys, hit me up. And again, don't really care about the fingernails and stuff because no girls watch my channel. But this is a 5mm flat, concave flat link with the 5mm rope. Guys, this is what I wear as a stack at the moment. That 5.9mm may be taken over. I may wear the 5.9 and this 5 together. I'm not sure. Didn't know they had a 5.9mm. I wanted to get the 6.5, and Brayden was like, actually, this, we have a 5.9. Would you rather have that or this? And We may take a look-see at both of them, guys. We'll have to see next week. But that is next to that. And I also want to compare it. I've got a Daniel Jewelry Inc. 5mm Cuban here. See if I can. And this is a 18 karat 5mm Daniel Jewelry Inc. Handmade Miami Cuban. And that's next to this rope. Guys, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, imagine having this, you know, laying up here, and then the next thing, having that a little longer, putting a pendant on it. The 5mm is super versatile. It's just because you can put a pendant on it, you can do just a bunch with it. But if you're not a pendant person, if you're just, and you like the presence and your confidence and you know what you're getting, get the 6mm. If you're looking at this and you're thinking, man, that's what's a standard Boss Cross, guys. Everything does look bigger on camera. So if you're wanting this, imagine if this is, you're like, man, that 5 looks pretty dang big on him and he's a big dude. If you're smaller, this is what you're probably going to get. You're going to get a look like this because that's just how it is. For you that are wanting a 6mm, it might look a little bit bigger than this on camera, okay? So if you're wanting something a little bit bigger than this, go with that 6. I still have the one, but I had a 21 and a 22, and in that layered look, this looked amazing. 5mm is just a really special place for me. So, and that 55 gram mark, this is what it would look like at 20 inches on me. Okay, and then about 22 inches, guys, because I do have these, or have had, so I know where they lay, especially on certain shirts. This would be a 22-inch look, and for me personally, 22 inches is where it's at. If you're going to single it with a pendant, let's check this out. So about 22 inches would look like this. And to me, this is a very clean, go to church look. And that's kind of what I like my 22 inches for. You've got that buttoned up shirt and you can still see it. I still see the pendant. At 24 inches, you're looking at about right here. And I know that white is really hard to see. And then at 26 inches, it hangs all the way down here. You get that mem. What was it, guys? So, blanking out. So that's that on this. Again, if you want to double it, here's a 4mm. If it were to be layered, you would want it up here. There it would be at a 24 and a 26 inches. If you wanted it at 22, it'd be about right there. 23 would be about right there. I mean, you can get your stuff custom. 25 and 23 and 21, that's my favorites. Because the 21's more of a tailored look. The 23, it's a betweener of that 24. So instead of being here, it's here. And then that 25 is just right there. And to me, it's real clean. However, like I said, it's hoodie season. So you've got these big, thick hoodies on, and you know, you put them on first of all, and this is what happens most of the time. And you have to kind of go do this and pull it out, and then it's like, oh, there you are. So we've taken a look at the 5mm rope today, which is 5mm and 6mm again are my favorite. 6.5 is no slouch. If I'm just going to go out and rock it, and I just wanted one chain, that 6.5 might be it. Shout out to Richard, Chicago. The 5 or the 6. What do you want to do with it? You want to layer it? Go 5mm. You want to put a pendant on it? Go 5mm. You want to, well, unless it's a bigger pendant. Yes, it's because I'm showing you standard size. There's large, there's extra large. You don't have to be as conservative. There was a time, I mean, Twiz the jeweler made me a 56 gram, 18 karat Superman shield. It's like this big. No, it's big, and then it was sold, and it wasn't for me, guys. It was made a little too large. Those were off of my numbers, not his. Oops. So 5mm, no slouch, might be the best rope in the game, guys. If you're going to go out and you're at that 4mm, and that's probably why it's, it sells so much, is because it is cheaper, and then you get a good amount of gold for the price. I believe this one is 30 grams, 40 grams. I don't remember. I think we did the review on it. But when you're looking at that, and then if you're wanting something and you're on the fence between the 4 and the 5, go 5. Just save your money and go 5. If you don't care about purity, go 5. Go 14, go whatever you want to go, because you're not going to really tell a difference. Nobody's going to tell a difference unless you're wanting one chain. You're like, I want 18 karat gold chain because I know what it is. I know what gold is. It's going to go, it's going up, and I want one chain that's really nice. Go for it. Pull the trigger. But if you're thinking on sizes and you might be disappointed and you're on a budget, either save and get that 18 karat at that bigger size, if that's super important to you, or just go with the bigger size, guys. It happens where people will, I've done it. You'll buy something, you buy a 4mm rope. You're on the 4 and a 5. Well, you know what? I'm just going to get the 4 because it's more affordable. I can get it right now. You get it. You might be happy with it, but you'll always wonder, is 5 the one that got away? Don't let it be the one that got away, guys. So, today's football day. Anybody watching football? So I know Cowboys got the Steelers tonight. Big rivalry game. Cowboys went to 5 Super Bowls in the 70s, won 2. Steelers went to 4, won all 4, 2 of them against Dallas. That was before my time. However, I'm a huge Cowboy fan, and I love the history of the NFL. So I know the drop by Jackie Smith and all that stuff still makes me sick, and I wasn't I was 5 or 6 years from being born. I won't keep you guys anymore. I'm going to leave you with this. I hope you have a wonderful week. I'm sorry that got cut into 2 parts. Hopefully everybody can follow that. If you have any questions, comment. 30 subscribers, again, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you. I hope you're able to watch this, see this. Comment. Let me know what you got. I've loved talking to some of you guys. Well, I love talking to all of you guys. Oscar talking about links on the last video, wanting to know how my experience was with that, saying that he hadn't gotten a notification. Well, then the next thing we know is he's got a shout out. So on his 4.5mm Figaro, which is just going to look amazing, bud. And like I said, there's a special place in my heart for that. I'm glad you're rocking it. And that might be something that I'm interested in as well, especially that size. So it was cool to be able to see that chain. But 5mm rope, 4mm, 6mm, you're really getting into that because the 4mm is the most popular, and I think everybody wants that 6mm. Do you fall at a 5? 6 is a great chain. It's a great chain. If you can afford it, buy it, rock it. For me, that 5mm is going to be that 5.5 for Braden. It's going to be that sentimental. I've got it on. I can't wait to get that 5.9 concave flat. I know that the concave curves are thicker. I know that he will probably end up getting some of those too eventually, maybe. And I know they're more square, tighter, thicker. So we'll see. But everybody have a great weekend. I'm glad you're rocking with me. I'm glad you guys watched this. Hopefully you watched most of it. Have a blessed day and enjoy your week, guys. Go Cowboys.